Hello, folks. We have come to the end of Reserve Bank credit policy announced today, and Reserve Bank credit policy has clearly stated two things. One, that the growth that has been expected, GDP growth at the rate of 7.1% is not possible, and because of demonetization, the growth expectation has come down to 6.9%, a loss of 2 percentage points. Two, it has indicated that it is not going to be accommodative in its monetary policy towards the needs of either the banks or the companies, the twin balance sheet problem. It has thrown the gauntlet and it has asked the banks and the companies which are NPS to solve the twin balance sheet problem before they come to Reserve Bank for any help. 3. Reserve Bank has said that NPS continues to be the major problem, and unless government chips in with large scale recapitalization, Indian public sector banks are in for large trouble. So Indian public sector banks have to find different ways, maybe use the bankruptcy law, maybe something else to come out of this particular situation. Next, Reserve Bank has said that whatever the aim of demonetization and consequent remonetization procedure was there, it is now almost at the end of completion. It has declared that February, it is 50,000, February 20th or so, 50,000 per SB account, and now itself all current accounts are without limit, and March 13th even that will be removed and no limit for withdrawal of cash by SB account holders. That means by March 13th, whatever actions have been initiated on November 8th, they will be coming to a completion. They have also added two riders. One, that the time for exchange has been extended up to June for specific people, for maybe NRIs and PIOs and things like that. And then they have also said that a lot of money, old notes, are held up or accumulated in Nepal and Bhutan, and because of the special agreement India has with Nepal and Bhutan, where our currency is valid in their countries, will be bound by whatever collections they have made and whatever exchanges they have made, and they have to be honored. So this is one of the biggest gaps in the planning of demonetization, because long after, in India, people stopped accepting the old notes. Nepal and Bhutan continue to accept these old notes. So that may be a very big gap. That's why Reserve Bank is not willing to come out with numbers as to how many notes have been demonetized, how many notes have come back in remonetization. Next, Reserve Bank has said that it is a difficult proposition to arrive at the correct numbers because they have 4,000 currency chests, in addition to Nepal and Bhutan problem, in addition to the March to June problem. What does it indicate? It indicates that lack of, even after so many years of computerization, even after pouring in crores and crores, hundreds of crores into computerization, Reserve Bank, the central bank of the country, is not networked. It does not know what its right hand is doing. Left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. It has just no idea how many notes are there in its currency chest. Now, it's good that Reserve Bank has accepted that inflation tendencies, inflation expectations are on the rise. Even though inflation targeting is fixed at 4%, Reserve Bank is expecting the inflation to touch 5% during this particular year up to March 2017-18. The expectation is 4 to 4.5 in the first half and 4.5 to 5 in the second half of this year 17-18. And they have blamed it solely on external factors. Number one. And second thing is non-food inflation. They said non-food inflation has been stagnant from September at 4.6 to 4.8%. It refused to come down. Even though our farmers have brought down the food inflation, the traders and the manufacturers and the international MNCs, real estate holders, private equity holders, okay, the corporates, they have refused to reduce the cost in the economy, and the inflation continues to be around 4.8% in non-food items. That's a real clear worry. So let us now be very clear that Reserve Bank is not going to come to the aid of either the banks or the companies which are NPS. This is not going to reduce the cost involved for banks which are unable to clear their balance sheets of NPS, and it expects the banks to further lower the rates of interest for borrowers out of their own existing net interest margins, foregoing these net interest margins for the now. So it is bad news for banks. It is bad news for public these twin balance sheet companies under NPS. Thank you for watching.